Olympia activist, starting in LA, going to New York, and coming back here. She was a veteran organizer during World War II at the Bendix plant in Los Angeles, got kicked out. Her other claims to fame were nursing Orson Welles through a bad case of the flu, window shopping with Greta Garbo. She'll turn 90 on the winter solstice. Put your hands together and welcome Ruth Lipo! Well, thank you. It's good to see all of you here. At nearly 90, I have memories to share with you that may be useful today. I lived through the Depression and during the Second World War. One difference between the Depression and today was the existence of a robust left movement, including the CIO, whose sit-down strikers in the auto industry pushed Franklin D. Roosevelt to enact the New Deal.
Yeah.
The New Deal pushed down unemployment from 25% to 9%. The WPA created billions of jobs via the WPA, CCC, and other public programs. It funded the arts, the theater, writers, musicians, and historians, and gave us Orson Welles and John Houseman. Via those same programs gave us roads, parks, schools, libraries, dams here in Washington, and other public buildings. The New Deal's NYA was the first public federal program to help unemployed youth. It gave me $20 a month, about $400 in today's dollars, and taught me job skills. Social Security lifted millions of seniors out of poverty. When Roosevelt tried to balance the budget and lower the deficit, unemployment increased and didn't end until the Second World War. During the Second World War, I was fired from Bendix Radio in Baltimore, a defense plant, for trying to hand out leaflets to organize the electrical workers CIO in our shop. The National Labor Relations Board wanted to file a lawsuit against Bendix Radio for unfair labor practices. The FDR administration supported the right to organize labor unions.
Yeah.
Over 50 years ago, I was a shop steward, the International Longshoremen and Warehousemen's Union. It was a strong union. When we had strong unions, wages were raised for millions of workers. And this created a demand that helped produce the highest growth rate of the 20th century. A local of that same ILWU in Longview has been replaced by a company union, and they need our support.
Yeah.
Today, only 7% of private industry have unions. Collective bargaining is under attack for public employees. Thousands of teachers and public employees have been laid off around the country. The social safety net has been cut for disabled infants, the mentally ill, single mothers and children, people on Medicaid and basic health care. And we need to fight back against the contempt for the unemployed that has grown in our society.
Yeah.
During the McCarthy era, you were considered evil if you were accused of being a communist. Today, you are considered evil if you're unemployed. Public officials will say, oh, it's your own fault. Businesses will not hire you if you've been unemployed for 6 months. Currently, statistics show there are 5 people seeking work for every job vacancy. So if you find yourself thinking about someone out of work, surely they could find something. Remember, the odds are 4 out of 5 they can't. Worse if they're over 50 or have been out of work any length of time. Instead of creating jobs, our government is creating austerity. Paul Krugman, Nobel prize-winning New York Times columnist describes the way doctors used to believe that bleeding a patient would cure the disease. The bloodletting made the patients sicker and often killed them. We need to rebuild our decaying infrastructure, our crumbling bridges, roads, and build new schools and parks. We can fund this by ending the cruel and stupid wars and bringing the billions home. We can tax the rich and the near rich. We can stop subsidizing oil, coal, and gas companies. Giant agribusiness. And as long as the federal government can borrow at real interest rate of 0%, it should do so. We can use the money to write down the debt on underwater homeowners, forgive student loans, and create millions of jobs through investments in solar power, wind power, energy efficiency, rapid transit, rail, education, and health care for all. We should support the young people who started Occupy Wall Street, which is spreading across the nation, including Olympia right here in Sylvester Park. Change comes from a powerful people's movement, starting at the bottom, and not from donating time and money to the lesser evil candidates. Can there be a coalition of local organizations working with unions for jobs, peace, and justice? I've been an activist off and on for over 70 years, and I haven't given up hope. As long as we have movements like Occupy Wall Street, the recent demonstrations in Wisconsin, and people like you. Thank you for being here today.